Okay, so we're going to start a new project. We're going to be doing 3D modeling. If you're going to use or going to make your project in metric, kindly use the metric template, or imperial if you're going to use feet and inches. I'm going to use metric. And the next thing that you want to do for 3D modeling is change the workspace to either 3D basic or 3D modeling. I'll use 3D basic, and the ribbon will change, showing different commands pertaining to 3D modeling. Okay, so we have the same space right here. There are primitive objects that you can use. Okay, for example, a box right here. But it's always best to go to a 3D view first by holding down the shift key and then pressing the middle mouse button so you can orbit around. Look at the UCS icon. You can now see the Z axis. Okay. Now, once you are here in a 3D view, it's also nice to turn the nav cube on. Nav cube, turn it on. So you know you are in 3D view, in a 3D view. Okay. So there are 3D primitive objects like a box. You can type in the value, let's say 50, tab 50, enter, and then issue the height, let's say also 50, and you get a cube. Now, you can change the way you view your 3D model by typing VS, select Visual Styles, and you have here different visual styles to view your object. Okay, so just double click on any of the styles and you're able to view your object that way. Now, you can also select here the different visual styles. So you don't have to have this open if you don't want your screen to be a little smaller. So you have a box, a cylinder, let's say also 50 in radius and maybe also 50 in height. So you can specify the height, or you can just click and drag to specify the height. Okay. You can also hover over a surface and you're able to draw on top of that, let's say a cylinder. Okay. So hover over a surface and make a cylinder. Okay. Now, a cone could go up again to a certain height. A spear can maybe start here. Okay. Now, aside from the pyramids, there are what we call Boolean operations. I don't know if you're a mathematician. Boolean operation, union, subtract, intersect. So I can, if they are overlapping each other, two solids, I can subtract. I can type SU. I like shortcut keys. Subtract. You want to select first the object you want to maintain, retain, and then enter. Now you select the object you want to subtract. Enter. Okay? So subtract. So there are a lot of things you can do. Okay? So you can create again a sphere. From that corner, you can specify the radius. Okay? And then you can also say subtract. Again, SU, subtract, select the object you want to maintain, enter, select the object you want to subtract, enter. Okay? Yeah, taking a bite out of that cube. And then you have objects like pyramids as well. So again, if you want that on top of this surface right here, you can do that. Or you can also do that here. Okay. Or you can do that here. We also have wedges. Okay, maybe a wedge here. A wedge here, a wedge there. And lastly, or sorry, a torus, maybe from here. Okay, and then see, if I want a hole there, I can just use the subtract. If I want to keep a copy of this, I need to copy it first before subtracting. If you need a copy of the object, make sure you copy it first. Otherwise, if I just want a hole there, based from my torus, I can use the subtract command. Okay, subtract object to maintain, enter, object to subtract, enter. Oops, again, subtract, SU, object to maintain. I think my object selection cycle is on, so object to maintain, enter, object to subtract, enter. Okay, and then finally, polysolid. Polysolid is a good way to create walls. You just have to specify the height of the wall right here, H. Let's say 150, enter. Specify the width of the wall. So let's say 25, enter. And then the justification, left, right, or center. Okay, so let's say left. And you're able to specify the wall. Now, if you want the wall to be based from a rectangle, it's advisable to create the rectangle first, okay, and then issue the polysolid command, okay, and use those corners as endpoints. Now, there's a command here called extrude. If you want to extrude, you need to create a shape, close shape. And you want to use the polyline command, not the line command. Okay? Polyline allows us to create a close shape. So polyline, you can create whatever shape you want. Okay? Close. And then use the extrude command to extrude this, enter, to a certain height. Okay, so let's say 400. Okay. Now, you also have the command press spool, similar to SketchUp, where you can hover over a space, a shape, a surface, and pull that out. Okay, so press spool. Okay, so press spool, subtract, extrude. Those are great commands. What's the difference between subtract and union? Well, union, you combine the objects. So if you have two objects that are intersecting each other, so let's say I have a sphere here, okay, and for some reason I want them as one object, then all I have to do is say union, select this, select that, enter, and it becomes one object. Okay? So if you want it to act as one object, union. Now, what's the difference between union, subtract, and intersect? Intersect, if I have two spheres right here that intersect each other, Okay. And I use the intersect command. Select one, select the other. What will be left is the intersecting part. So here's a nice animation of where you can use it. So if you have a part like this and you want only the one on the left, the red part, then you use union. Okay? Sorry, intersect. Intersect. Subtract, you subtract one from the other. Union, you put them together. Okay? So we'll talk about revolve, loft, and sweep next meeting. But that's already plenty. You can already create a nice model using primitives, extrude, press pull, union, subtract, intersect. Okay? Any question?